Welcome, everybody, to English Leveling. Today, we're taking a look at a very, very interesting phrase that is to work around the clock. To work around the clock. What does it mean to work around the clock? Well, you might think of the actual clock, right? The actual clock, right? 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. Okay, and working around the clock. So if we're thinking about around the clock, you're starting here and you're going around the clock, right? And so when we work around the clock, what exactly does that mean? It means where we keep on working, right? So if you think about this clock here, it's going around the clock, right? We have 1 p.m., 2 p.m., 3 p.m., 10 p.m., we're still working. 1 a.m., we're still working. 3 a.m., we're still working. 7 a.m., we're still working. We keep on working. And when do we keep on working? From morning to the nighttime, through the nighttime, to the next morning, and we keep working all day, all night, all right? All day and all night. So how might we use this type of phrase, all right? Well, we can talk about somebody, right? Any subject that we want, right? Well, let's, this is not my story, but just an example. Let's say if somebody said, my father never spent much time with me. He usually worked around the clock. Okay. And so in this situation, right, he didn't have much time. Why? Because he worked around the clock. Okay, he worked around the clock. He just kept working, and did not stop for anything. He spent most of his time working. Okay, here we can have another example. Okay, let's say the firefighters are working around the clock to put out the forest fire. Okay, firefighters are working around the clock to put out the forest fire. So when exactly are they stopping? Well, they're not stopping. They're not stopping at all. They're all day, all night. They keep going. Well, in this situation, right? The firefighters are working all around the clock, right? They're working around the clock. Does that mean that, all of them are out there the entire time? No, it means that, maybe there's a team that's working through the night, a team that's working through the morning, and they keep rotating and they keep working as much as possible together to put out this forest fire. So it doesn't mean that, all of them are, but at least they're doing their best. Of course, we know that people need to sleep, right? So maybe they take turns and they keep working all day and night. As a team, as one big team, they're consistently working nonstop, okay? Nonstop in order to do whatever it is that they're doing. So to work around the clock is a very good phrase that you can use when you're talking about working all day and all night on a project. If you went to school and you were, studying, all day and all night, you can say that you're working around the clock. Maybe you can say that you're studying around the clock. However, the phrase is usually work around the clock, but I'm sure you can get away with using it a little bit differently as well. So work around the clock. Have you ever worked around the clock on something? If you have, let me know. Tell me about it down below in the comments and let's talk about it. I look forward to hearing from you and I'll see you in the next lesson.